everyone, this is 1 year on. I'm Alison, and following on from episode 69, today's episode is a little bit different and very special. I'm interviewing my lovely friend Jenny, who sings with me in the choir. We're sopranos, and she has also been through a stroke, and I thought it would be useful to see things from her perspective. Hello, Jenny.
Hello.
So, how would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Well, I had a stroke, but I'm a survivor. I had one I had one when I was 45, and now I'm 63.
Oh, wow.
And I was a school teacher, and and I was going along cheerfully, and then it happened.
Yeah. Takes the stuffing out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I think I nearly died. Yeah.
You had a massive stroke.
Yep.
It's remarkable. So, what do you want people to know about you first before we talk about the stroke?
I was a singer.
You were.
I was a singer for Stuart Davis, Stuart Davis a cappella, and I was a jazz singer.
You were a jazz singer.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
It's a massive part of your life, music, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, in terms of talking about your stroke, what happened and what do you want people to understand about it?
It's horrible, but I do things differently now. And I wanted to teach again.
Yes.
But I couldn't because of my aphasia. Aphasia is when you think of things but can't say them.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit in that book that you've got. Jenny is very clever. She wrote a book about her experience.
Yes, and Sharon Dean
Yes.
Was helping me.
Fantastic.
Okay. The other students were gathering in the classroom. There was only 12 of them. We'll start with a warm-up, I said, feeling sicker by the minute. Shake your hands, everyone. We formed a circle and the kids began shaking their hands. I was shaking my hands too, but something weird began happening. There were spasms in my right hand. I had to stop what I was doing. Then I lost control over my limbs and even the rest of my body. I must have looked bad because the students made me sit down. A sea of concerned faces surrounded me. The spasms subsided.
Wow.
I'm all right, I said, trying to make light of the situation. Some students were crying. I heard Hannah say, "Miss, you're not all right." Yeah. Apparently Oscar ran downstairs to get help, but it seemed like ages before it came. First there was Judy Tasker, the lady from the office. Judy was the first aid officer, and she assessed my situation. She led me downstairs to the English staff room. Although I was still insisting I was okay, I looked unwell as my head teacher, Dot Huey, arrived on the scene. The Dot said my drama students were upset and that she tried to reassure them that I would be fine. She told me that you can go to the art room and Miss Miles will take you. Dot says to the poor children who didn't want to go but eventually went. Brad arrived. He said, "What's all this?" Despite our differences, I felt relieved to see my husband, and I held on to his hand. Your wife has had a turn and I think we should call the ambulance. I looked at Brad expectantly. Jenny, how are you feeling? He asked. I'm fine. Well, we'll hop in the car and go to the hospital. But Dot and Judy weren't happy with that idea. Brad, she was calling an ambulance, and Judy said, I think your wife should be checked straight away. I was getting worse and Brad could see that, so he said, okay, I'll follow the ambulance. When the ambulance arrived, I was trying to reassure Brad that I was okay. There was 2 ambulance officers, a man and a woman. They began doing all sorts of things and asking my name. They carried me out of the school on a stretcher. The stretcher, like a bed, had white sheets. I saw children staring at me. I remember the trip to Lismore Base Hospital. I was confused and worried and frightened. What was happening to me? The ambulance took me straight to the hospital's emergency department. Everyone there was efficient. They gave me a series of tests. I can't remember which one. I recall a doctor shining a light in my eyes. What is your name? I said, Jennifer Sheldon. I said, but that was my old name. I hadn't said my married name. Jennifer Miller. I corrected myself.
Wow. That's so powerful.
Yeah.
So, what do you remember clearly about that time?
Well, I was still in hospital, and they wanted me to stay there, but I didn't want to stay.
Hospitals aren't nice places.
No.
I totally get that.
No. But anyway, anyway, I had a bigger one over the night.
Right.
And I couldn't move my right arm.
Wow.
And I couldn't move and I couldn't speak.
You couldn't speak at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said yes, no, and I don't think so.
I suppose that's a good start, right? But that's phenomenal. To think that took so much from you.
Yeah, and I had oh God, what's the word? Oh God.
What are you looking for?
The thing that's wrong with me.
Aphasia.
Yeah, aphasia. Yeah.
Okay. So it was so strong that you only had those 3 words.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I was in hospital for I don't know, but Lismore Base Hospital for I don't know how much it was, but Denise came down from the Gold Coast, and she's a good friend, and I was wheeled around in my I was wheeled around from Lismore shops, and was buying things because I was going to Ballina Hospital. Yeah.
Is that a rehab hospital?
Yes.
Right. So you went from Lismore to Ballina.
Yeah.
And you stayed there for 7 months too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Wow. So what would you say was the biggest shock in the early days and weeks?
Well, I didn't want to get out of bed. But I did.
Mm. Were you able to walk?
Yes. Well, I was, well, first in the Lismore Hospital. All the kids got letters and everything, and I went to retrieve them, and I went to retrieve them. Okay, I must get them. Yeah.
So they all wrote you letters. Get
Yeah.
well soon. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they were so worried about you.
Yeah.
Because they'd seen you get sick in front of them, and it's scary.
Yeah.
In your drama class that
Yeah.
you were holding. What would you say were the hardest changes to adjust to?
Well, walking for one. Because I feel I always had been fit, and now I'm trying to lose 10 kilos, but
Aren't
it's
we
not
all?
working.
No, aren't we all? It's a common problem. Oh dear.
Anyway, it's I was fit, and I was walking like now. I was okay.
Thank you very much for listening. If you've liked this episode, please like, share and subscribe. I will be back next time to continue part 2 of the interview with Jenny, where we'll continue on her story. Thank you for listening. Bye.